So the standing pullover is one of the best movements that you could ever do to start building overhead strength and mobility. I'll show you really quick with this 7-pound steel mace. Reaching back with bent arms, letting the hands go as low behind the neck as possible here. So you can see my hands are really stretching and sinking. And then from here, boom, pulling this around front to where your hands are about even with your belly button. So reps just look just like so, like you're scratching your back and reaching down. When you do this, you don't want to be doing the pullover like this and scratching that arch in your back like this. You're gonna get lower back pain from doing that, and it won't give you the shoulder mobility that you want. So this movement, guys, just a quick testimony before we start diving in, has helped me with guys with frozen shoulder who haven't been able to do overhead movements weighted in 9 to 12 years. And this was a 67-year-old man working with this exact same 7-pound steel mace. 2 weeks, he was able to do weighted overhead movements for the first time in almost 12 years. So really light, healing, and effective. It's also gonna strengthen your grip, your biceps, and your core the whole time that you use it. So you guys saw me use an example with a steel mace. I've got 7 and 10 pounders there. Those are the best, okay? Steel maces for these pullovers are the absolute best because you can get stronger just by moving your hands lower down the handle, and you can make it easier by choking up. So with that, you won't have to have a bunch of different weights. A 10 pounder or a 7 pounder for beginners is perfect. I started with the 10. Ladies, I recommend you start with the 7. And so with that, you can start this movement and get overhead mobility, guys, with 0 weight at all. So I'm gonna show you all the different options for this. This is an ab wheel, barely weighs anything. But if your shoulder strength and mobility, you're like, Patrick, I can't even put that 7 pounder back there. You can start with this, okay? You can come right here, same thing, bent arm, reach back, bring it forward. Guys, I promise you, if you just let yourself get strong at this motion here, reaching back and coming forward, reaching back, coming forward, keeping the core braced, rib cage down the whole time, you're gonna get some major overhead mobility and strength coming in just from this simple movement. It's powerful because it works your core by keeping everything straight, your grip when you start to get into weights, and that bent arm position makes it really easy to get overhead like this. So with this, you can progress it from an object like an ab wheel to a 7-pound steel mace. That's a great progression. I recommend most people actually start with the 7-pound steel mace. Once you get, or as you're learning this, choke your hands all the way up. Make it easier on yourself, right? If you do this indoors, make sure your ceiling clears. It's really not the best to do with a hat, so we'll take that off so that way you don't hit that. And just keep working this motion. Sink it back. Pull it down, always coming down to about belly button. When you're doing this thing right, you should feel your lats, those armpit muscles, as you pull your elbows into place. Pull and drive this down. So getting a great warm up for the lats as well too. Then as you guys start getting better at this, you can even work in, right? Pretty choked up to the top to begin with. Single arm, just like that. Single arm. This one really gets those lats working really well. So those are some ways you can progress it. You can also get heavier with your steel mace. This is a 10 pounder. It's longer, thicker handle as well too. So same thing with this one. We're gonna keep the core tight, reaching back, reaching back, reaching back, reaching back, reaching back, and pulling the elbows down, right? Really imagining driving the elbows down as you do it. So we're getting a big stretch, then pulling down. So this can be done, guys, if you don't have a steel mace, which you guys can pick those up honestly for like, inexpensive ones are $27 for that first steel mace plus shipping, maybe like 40, 45 bucks. Really inexpensive. 10 pounder probably gonna be closer to 60 with shipping, but great investment for your home gym. However, you can also do this with the dumbbell. Okay, so you can hold it just like so, reach it back, bring it forward down to belly button height. You can also hold it like this, kind of like the steel mace with the vertical grip. Whatever feels best for you. I personally prefer this even grip right here. As you do this movement, guys, don't let your head chicken poke forward. Try to keep everything in a straight line the whole time. Boom, boom. Finally, you guys can do this with a kettlebell as well too. Right here, same thing, bell goes up, so the handles are down, reaching back, pulling over, all right? Progress this movement through adding more repetitions of it just feeling better, more depth, and then finally you can add in some more weight if that feels good for you to try out the different variations of them. But use this as a great chest opener to get some more mobility and strength. You guys don't be afraid to try it with weights. Get a steel mace, kettlebell, dumbbell, and work it on up. Take care, y'all.